Zainey friends, and welcome to Zainey Laney. I am Laney, and this is my side geek, Chris, also known as Movie Guy 84. Yep. Today we are doing a makeup and a movie where I do the makeup.
I talk about a movie.
And today we are talking about
The Scorch Trials, Maze Runner 2.
Yes, we are, because right now there's some sparse movies, but they're getting there. We're getting the good ones. All right, today I'm going to be using the Revealed 3 palette to make my look, as well as this new product, Revlon HD Ultra Suede lipstick for my lips. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this bronzy desert look, just keep watching. So to start off, I just wanted to let you know that I have already put on basically all of my foundation and stuff, which will be linked down below for you. But I did want to mention, because this is Maze Runner and because it takes place in a desert-like atmosphere, I made my colors kind of earthy and I tried to be bronzy. You can kind of see up here, I used this, and you can't really tell what it is because I have been using it a little bit, but this is the N Wild Coloricon Bronzer in the Cabana, which I kind of used for, you know, just around here to try to make it look like I had some sun. And then the blush I'm using is the Hot Mama blush from theBalm, which is really nice. It has kind of like a peachy pink overtone, so I thought that would be nice to make it look like I had a little bit of sun right here. So what we're doing today for this look, because it is so brown, I guess is the best way to describe it, I'm going to be using the Revealed 3 palette that I just got from the Birchbox shop, and it has all these really amazing like colors and a plastic thing for protection. What I'm planning on doing, and I'm planning on using this shade right here, it's kind of a really nice dark brownie tone on my lid, and then I'm probably going to go in with this tone right here. Well, actually, I might go with this tone up here for the crease, and then just kind of maybe go in with a little bit of a purpley color. What do you think? Purple color?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, purple color. And that'll go, maybe that one right there. We'll kind of, maybe I'll change it up as I go. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing. However, if you are interested in seeing more swatches from Revealed 3, make sure you comment down below and then check out my blog because I do put a lot of the swatches on there. Every Friday, it's palette play, and I do palette swatches. So now we're gonna go talk about Maze Runner 2, The Scorch Trials.
Scorch Trials. Yeah, so I just currently saw the first movie of the Maze Runner movies just recently with them, and I enjoyed it. I was kind of surprised. I didn't think I would like it that much. Haven't read any of the books. I knew they were kind of in the same genre type that like Hunger Games, but I ended up enjoying it a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun and pretty original with some of the stuff they had going on in there. It did remind me of kind of a mix of the Hunger Games with a little bit of an older Stephen King novel called The Walk. If you don't know what that is,
never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's basically kind of the same thing where it's an alternate future where teenage boys are kind of drawn randomly in this lottery and they have to go on this long walk. So it kind of reminded me of that because it was mostly young boys scenario. That was
yeah, and the first one,
yeah.
And
the first one, so.
Girls, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Yep.
Yeah.
So I just basically put this color right here on the lid. I'm gonna go in with this color right here in the crease. Yeah.
Spoilers ahead.
Watch the first movie first before you continue watching the video.
Yeah.
Or if you don't care, keep watching.
Just keep watching. Yeah, so they've been like rescued, but at the end there was a lot of things going on in the first one. At the very end, that's kind of like, okay, there's something going on that's kind of secretive and things like that. In this one you learned a bit more. There were other kids involved in these little scenarios, these different mazes out there, and you end up finding out how did they get there, why are they there, why is the earth covered in sand. There's not a lot of people left on Earth. There was like a virus that went through, wiped out a bunch of people.
It's called the flare.
The flare. I was thinking the flare had to do with like maybe a solar flare from the sun.
Well, they do. It kind of
Oh.
does. It has to do with the flare of the sun.
Oh.
But then they also call the flare the sickness that you get that makes you turn into what they call a crank. And a crank is kind of like a crazy person who wants to tear your head off.
Yeah, these guys were pretty creepy in the movie. It reminded me of kind of like I Am Legend, in the Will Smith version, like those people, creatures. It was kind of like those, where they were just like really fast and just like all over the place and like ripping apart. So yeah, some people I could see why they confused them and thought they were zombies. They're not zombies.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be zombies. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can kind of talk a little bit about... Okay. How do I start with this? I have read all 3 books. I went back and read the books again in preparation for this movie, but it has been a couple months. I knew it was coming out, so I was like, yeah, I gotta read it. And I still can't remember much about the second book. I remember a lot about the first because it's so iconic with the maze. And the third book and the second book kind of blend together, so I can't even remember what happens. But I will tell you, there are some things in this movie that are completely glossed over. And one of them is that this movie does make these characters seem like zombies, and they're not zombies. They're actual people who are still alive, and they're just kind of crazy. They're crazy sick, and that's why they're acting this way. There's also a lot of other creatures in this movie that are not in the book at all, and it was just concocted by the screenwriter, so I don't really know where they came from, but they're not in the book either. The other thing that kind of like irked me about this is, this is a very large spoiler alert. If you have not seen the first movie, I'm going to be spoiling something for you. Basically, in the first book, they talk about how there is this boys camp, right? And the boys camp has a girl that shows up, and their whole thing is they're trying to get out of the maze, right? So what you don't find out until the second book is that there's actually at least two, if not more, different mazes. One of them, all boys with one girl that shows up, and the other one, all girls with one boy that shows up. And as they get to the beginning of the first book, they switch the girl and the guy from those camps, they switch them out. So what's happening is now it's all guys that are in the Scorch, that are trying to get through it, at the same time as this other group of girls. And it's almost this competition where it's supposed to, like, I'm not going to tell you why they're doing it because that's still yet to be revealed, but there's a reason why they have this competition to get across the Scorch. And it kind of all goes to the third book and movie of why they're doing this, right? So because of this, there's some brainwashing that happens between a girl that was in the first book that goes into the maze with them. Her name's Teresa. She gets brainwashed. That doesn't happen in the movie at all. Not really. I mean, she kind of starts to remember things, but no, she full on is brainwashed in the second book. And I thought that this was just extremely crucial to the plot, and it's not there. And so to me, I was like, I don't really know where they're going with this, but in the third movie, maybe they'll explain it a little bit better. There's also a ton of characters in this movie that aren't even in the book. And so, like, towards the end, they just start, like, talking to other people, and these people come alongside them, and then all of a sudden, they're, like, a big part of the movie. And I'm like, who are these people? Like it's nothing like the book, okay? I'm just gonna tell you, I didn't feel like it was hardly anything like the book, except for the fact that they're going across the Scorch, you know? Now, I may be wrong. I may have to go back and read it a third time, but at least you can see how much of an impression this book did not make on me. But I still liked it. I really liked the concept of it. I thought the movie was a real good time. So, I mean, for those of you who haven't read the book, all I'm going to say is watch the movie. You'll probably enjoy it a lot, right? That was kind of like what happened to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I probably put this nice little, like, magenta-y color. I'm going to put that, like, right here on the outside and then blend it into my crease. And then I'm going to take this gold color right here and I'm just going to put it, like, really lightly right up here. And we're going to kind of make, like, a moon with, like, shimmer, sun, moon, shimmer. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Just watch. I'm going to do it. Whatever.
Yeah, the movie, from what I've heard from a couple other people too, is that it's totally different from the books, which kind of makes me interested in checking out the books, because that does sound like an interesting concept for a book, you know, the two different camps having to go across the Scorch. kind of in a versus challenge kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to check that out. But yeah, the movie I thought, you know, had a lot going on. All the stuff, all the things as it got revealed as, you know, what is really happening were all interesting to me. Definitely kept me interested, and definitely interested in seeing what happens in the third movie. Liked it a lot. Thought everyone in it was really good. The kid actors are all really, really good. Mm-hmm. And the only person I really know from this movie is the main guy. I know he was on the Teen Wolf show.
Yes.
There's kind of like a British kid. Mm-hmm. He's been in a few things.
Yes.
Nanny McPhee, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in also Love Actually? Or was that a different kid?
He was a little kid in Love. Yeah, haha. Yeah. Little kid.
Yeah, as far as the kids go, there's not a whole bunch of people. And you know what? As far as acting goes too, I don't know how I felt about the girl, the main girl that is in the first and second movie. She's kind of whatever to me. But the other actors are really good. So I mean,
the adults are good.
Yeah, the adults are really good.
I love Patricia Clarkson. Like, she's so good
in this
at everything.
movie. Yeah.
And yeah, she's really icy and perfect as kind of like the villain doctor woman.
She's very much like Tammy One in Parks and Rec. Her character she plays there. I'm not saying it's the total the same. I'm just saying she's drawing a lot from that.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so I've kind of put that part on. I think what I'm going to do, just to kind of give the lids more sparkle, is I'm going to use probably this like pink color right here. It's got a little bit of shimmer. As I'm doing this, I do want to say that overall I really enjoy these shadows. I think they're blending really nicely. They're not getting muddy at all. You can actually see the definition between the different colors that I'm putting in, which is awesome. I know some of these are a little powdery. I've heard this black one is, and again, I will swatch those for you on the blog so that you can see. But honestly, like, I'm really enjoying this. I love the two. It's one of my favorite palettes of all time. The one is just as enjoyable, and I really like the three. This got really bad reviews when it came out, and I'm not exactly sure why, but I like it. So if you're looking for something, it's like 20 bucks on the Coastal Scent website. I will put that down below for you also, so that if you're wanting to check it out, you can look at it there. I don't even know. By the way, guys, if you're looking to see what else we're going to do, tonight we're going to go see The Martian, so that'll probably be our next makeup at a movie, which, if you really think about it, is very similar to a look I'm doing right now. Again, red planet, sun, dirt. But I'm going to use a different palette. So, you know, there you go. There's that stranded, you know.
There's a part in this movie, the Scorch Trials, where there's these things in tubes, and I was like, wait, now there's aliens?
Oh, no.
Like, there's so much going on. And now we have aliens, there's zombies.
Which it turns out to not be. No,
they're not. I was explained they were the things, the creatures from the first.
The Grievers.
Yeah, that are in the maze.
From the first movie,
that made sense. That made sense. But still, I'm kind of interested to see, like, where did these Grievers come from? Are they genetically made by these people to put into the maze?
Yes, that's basically, yes. Okay, that's what they talk about in the book. Okay. Yeah, the people who, they call them Wicked. Wicked are the people who are making things for the maze, yes.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So I'm done with the eyeshadow look. Now what I'm going to do is do some eyeliner, and of course I'm using the Dusty's Girl liquid eyeliner until I find one I like better. So if you guys know of any, please comment down below. And then for eye mascara, I'm actually trying a new one. This is the L'Oreal Miss Mango Voluminous Rock Mascara. I love the Miss Mango, but this one should be more interesting because look at the, just look at this. I have too much in my hands right now. Can you see the bristles on this thing? It's like a really pointy rock Christmas tree. Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's strange. It is really strange. So we're going to try that out on the top part. And then on the bottom, we're using the CK1 mascara because it has a really nice, tiny bristles so that I can use that to really make sure that the bottom lashes are nice and singular. And when I run out of this, I get to try more stuff. Oh, and then on the bottom, before I forget, I'm using this, it's called a Gel Presso Waterproof Pastel. It says upper liner, but it's like this brown liner, and I'm going to be using this in my waterline instead, just to kind of give it more of like a smoky, I've been out in the sun look with that. So that's what I'm using on the bottom.
That's cool.
I got that in a Mimi box, so I don't know if any of you can actually get it unless you're subscribed to Mimi box, but I've had it for a little while and I have never used it, so I thought it was probably time.
Oh, the top, like, trivia thing I found out about this was that, yeah, they decided not to do the same thing that happens in the book. Well, apparently according to the director, yeah, this movie does get off course from the book, but it's supposed to come back around and get back on track with the third movie.
That's what I was wondering. I was hoping so.
The Death Cure.
Which, honestly, the way that they name these books, it's kind of a spoiler in itself. Like, you might not realize it, but it tells you what's gonna happen. Maze Runner,
there you go.
Scorch Trials, Death Cure. Put it together.
So in this movie, there's a character named Brenda. I cannot for the life of me remember who
Brenda is the chick that they get from, okay, remember when they went to, there was lightning and they went to the building?
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's Brenda.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's kind of cool. Emma Roberts was considered for that role, but she got
interesting.
She got stuck working on American Horror Story,
which I think I'm okay with who they cast in that role, just because I feel like kind of a relative unknown is a good. I mean, she's not totally unknown. She's done other things, but that's probably a good way to go.
Yeah, I don't think I could see Emma Roberts being like this tough chick kind of role that she was.
Yeah, and it's interesting because that's not who she is in the book. In the book, she's not that tough.
Oh.
She's kind of like she's streetwise, but she's not tough. She just kind of is there.
Oh, also Haley Steinfeld was considered for that role too.
Okay, see, I could see that.
Cool.
I could see that because
she's good.
She was in. I don't know if you guys saw True Grit. Loved her in that movie. She was really good. Do I look tired? We're gonna be editing a lot of this. I'm wearing this shirt my brother got me for my birthday last year.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was that, or my parents were gonna name me Tara after the house with Gone with the Wind. Fun facts.
It is confirmed there's a death in the film, and it will match the death in the book.
A lot of people did die. Whew, I'm kind of digging this look, actually. Alright, so let's talk about this mascara as we go. Sorry this is going to be kind of long, but whatever. This mascara is very thick. I do like it as much as Miss Manga. It looks like, as far as how it goes on, it really does make your lashes like spidery, which, if you like that kind of thing, is cool. I don't think it's very voluminous, which is funny because it's under the voluminous line, but it is spidery, and it makes my lashes seem longer. Yeah. It's okay because we're going to be putting falsies on, so I don't know. Maybe I won't do falsies. Maybe I'll just do this.
Yeah, on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 50% fresh rating.
Yeah, people didn't like it. Sorry.
That's weird. There's a couple other movies I got like that too, but I thought they were good. But the audience rating for it's really high, so clearly another thing where the audience thinks totally different than critics.
Which happens all the time with me because we read Entertainment Weekly, and if Entertainment Weekly hates it, we love it. As people who review things as well, I think there's a lot to be said for having a different viewpoint. So, I mean, I guess that's what our job is to provide a different viewpoint than they do.
If you were set out in the desert, what two things would you want to have with you? So, say you're set out in the Scorch Trials, and you got the survival things like that.
You have that already. Okay.
So, what is like a non-survival thing?
Do you have
You're allowed
weapons?
to bring two things with you.
Do you have weapons already?
Yes.
Are this part of your survival?
Yeah. We'll
Okay.
say survival-ish things you have. You've been given those. You're set out in the Scorch, but they're saying you can bring two things with you. What would you bring? So non-survival, essentially.
My Kindle and a solar-operated battery.
I was gonna say Kindle too. I'd be reading on our breaks. But yeah, I'd probably have that and probably a music player.
Yeah. But that's what I thought. If we have a solar-operated battery charger, then we don't have to plug anything in. Alright, I'm on to lips. This is the last thing we're doing. This is a new product. It's the Revlon Colorstay Ultra Suede, which I just picked up today. And this is the color of Preview. It's kind of appropriate. Preview for a movie review. Anyway, this color itself is, the packaging reminds me a lot of Jordana Modern Mattes, even in the fact that it clicks up like the Jordana stuff does, but overall it looks exactly like the same packaging. There is no smell in this like the Jordana has. And then this color, I really thought it was going to be more mauve, but it's not. You're going to see why. I really don't know the lasting power of this because I just got it this morning.
So this movie was, again, another kind of dystopian future, everything's gone to heck kind of movie.
To heck and back.
Yeah. Those type of movies and books and things like that. Do you have like a favorite
Of those?
any of those type of movies or series?
It's hard. I mean, I still think Hunger Games is probably one of my favorite set of books that are like that. I do read a lot of them though, and I don't know. I really thought I was gonna like Divergent. No, I still think it's Hunger Games. Yeah. Although, okay, so the next one, which Corey doesn't even like these books, but the next one I'm very excited to come out that's like that is Fifth Wave. The movie's coming out soon, and I have read at least the first book. There are 2 more out, and I kind of need to read those, but I haven't had time. Yeah, Fifth Wave is really interesting. Like really interesting. I don't know why.
The trailer was before Scorch Trials and looked really interesting for the movie. So I think I'm gonna check out the book. My favorite dystopian book is 1984.
Oh.
I read that in high school, and it was right around the time of like 9/11 and stuff, and so it was very timely. Reading that when like the Patriot Act came into play and all that stuff.
That makes sense.
Like, ooh, this is interesting.
Yeah, so anyway, this is the look that I ended up with for Maze Runner. I actually think it's appropriate for this. Honestly, I really do. I think it has a lot of really nice like shades in here. It looks like I'm kind of like smoky going out, but also trying to survive. So again, you guys, if you like this look, make sure you give me a thumbs up so I know that you like it, because I like it. Also, make sure you're following us on Instagram, and we try to post a picture a day. I do a lot of my makeup looks that I do on Instagram as well, so make sure you're following us there, and of course my blog, ZaineyLady.com. Also, Empower the Audience, he does a lot of movie reviews there. In fact, right now we are doing a Halloween, are you doing the Halloween challenge
on Instagram? Yeah.
No. On the Halloween movies on your.
Oh yes.
On your blog.
Yeah, there's gonna be a whole thing, this whole series for the month of October, talking about my favorite scary movies, Halloween time movies, what you should watch, and getting her to check out some new Halloween movies too this month. So.
Yes.
I'll be telling you about how that adventure goes. I'm kind of a Halloween horror virgin, which means I survive in the end. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep calm. Stay zany.
Bye.